To the whistle blowing and the ball starting to roll, because then it means that we're on our way. There will be a lot of work done in the preseason to get there, but there's no better night than game night. There's nothing better than packed stadiums with impassioned fans and two teams who are both doing their best to win the game. And that will be definitely a moment where I'll have goosebumps, and because it will mark the beginning of hopefully a long and successful journey.
How excited are you to, walk out on the field at Snapdragon Stadium March 1st and seeing, a full stadium, sold out crowd, first time our club, goes on that field?
Yeah, it will be the most impactful football moment of my life. And I can't wait to feel the energy of the fans and feel the energy of the players, and really just get there with a really prepared team, a team that's ready to give everything for the community.
Head coach for STFC, Mikey Varas, per
Abe, go ahead.
San
Abe,
Diego.
raising
I
your
got
hand.
something. What about this Cholos game that's supposed to start everything at the beginning of the year?
Not
That's
official.
this.
It's not an official MLS game.
Isn't I thought this is supposed to be the cool, friendly preseason. We're gonna take this seriously. We're gonna fill out Snapdragon. It's not that big a deal. It's gonna be like
Nope.
10,000 people
I'm
there.
sure they'll
Like,
still fill out Snapdragon with that game, but I mean, there's more hype to an official game, right? I mean, I think fans are looking forward to the first official MLS match played in San Diego ever. I think from what I got from there, it's just kind of like what he is expecting from the fan base, right? Saying the atmosphere is going to be amazing. It's going to be crazy. I do think Snapdragon will definitely be sold out, but I am worried about kind of like a certain section, if it's going to be jam packed or not. I mean, just curious to see how that goes in general. And I mean, I am excited to see what Snapdragon could look like. We've seen it jam packed before. We see what the party atmosphere looks like at Snapdragon, and it is fun. It is cool. It is entertaining. And I also want to see if it is entertaining football, like he mentioned. It's easy to say that, but you still only have 6 players. So, I mean, based on who you get, you still don't know who you're going to get in your team on the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you have to be careful and pick players that are going to be making sure that you are playing entertaining football.
Yeah, make it an impact. And yeah, there's the Coachella Valley Invitational.
There's preseason happening before as well.
There is that. What I will say is that MLS is very strict and stringent, and it's very strict on the amount of preseason and the amount of preseason games that a team is allowed to have. And so across the board, every team has to have the same window of preseason, obviously. So the moment where San Diego FC will officially start operating, and the moment where SDFC will officially just kind of, become official. I don't know. Like, there's so many just things that haven't happened. It's still a club in theory. Like,
we still can't call it inaugural. I hate when people say inaugural. It's not inaugural until 1 year passes and you do it again. Like, this is just the first ever version of it. Everything can fall apart. You never know what could happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I know a lot of people are excited in it. I like to, for me, again, I do a lot of this for me, like very, very transparent. But in the knowing and fact finding of me, I want to know like what people actually think. And we're going to start going out and talking to different people in San Diego and just kind of getting their takes on SDFC, because it's happening now. Like, it doesn't feel like a conversation that conversations are different than they probably were a year ago, because a year ago, and SDFC actually pointed out the other day, was the celebration of the brand reveal. Like, that was the big thing. That was a big brand reveal. They utilized that footage for the marketing aspect of it, and it was great. Like, the visuals were all right. to this day, the question was there, like, has SDFC done a good or poor job in the last year gearing up for the inaugural season, right? Like, it's a very broad question, and you can kind of answer however you want. You have some usual friends, some usual suspects in there, just kind of having their personal opinion on there, which is equally as valid and all that. But you also kind of see that there's a lot of people who are going back into saying, hey, like, this team is still not doing it for me in terms of the brand, in terms of, and they'll give the credit, like community stuff, and I've given the credit, like Grown Ball Tour has been great. The community has really come out in different ways, but again, that's giving a lot of credit to the community for coming out and taking advantage of the platform that the MLS is coming out. Everybody's going to get better because of the MLS being in San Diego in a soccer sense. Like, it's the lens is bigger, the scope is bigger. But Abe, do you feel like does it feel like we're February away from an MLS team?
No, definitely doesn't. It's weird. They only have 6 players. Technically, their preseason is gonna start in January, and like they started construction on the like training facility just last year. Like it was November, I think, actually. Yeah, because it was the NWSL Championship that week as well when they had the groundbreaking. So it's crazy. They're gonna have to have that all built up already and just barreling towards it. It's nuts. Something random came up in my head too. That Chrome Ball, there's got to be something in it, right? They're gonna open it up at like their opening first game ever. There's something in that Chrome Ball, right?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think, Chivo, that there may be a way to get into it?
The jersey,
Perhaps the
They
jersey?
open it and it's their jersey in there.
No.
Okay.
Oh, the jersey.
I
That's
thought that was what you were putting down.
I mean, they
Abe.
are rebuilding their jersey late December, right?
Yeah, they're revealing a little,
announced.
so it'll be
Late
around
December.
that time. They have released some images of that.
I don't know how much of your San Diego history you guys know, but there
Oh.
was once like a 20-minute pregame ceremony for the San Diego Chicken rehatching
Oh, 100%.
before Padres game
Yeah.
at Qualcomm Stadium. In that Mission Valley site, could we potentially see the San Diego Chicken return out of the Chrome Ball?
It's been an egg this entire time. It's been a chrome egg. And you know what, Abe? Like, as ridiculous as that may sound, and what the following thing that's coming out of my mouth may sound, that's great.
I just came up with an amazing idea. They should do that.
FDFC, Abe and Tony just gave you guys, Abe in particular, just gave you $1 million idea, but you better use it to make San Diego proud.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean,
and there's
so much. There's so much still to happen.
There is plans for the Chrome Ball itself, and just at later times. And there's actually ways that we were going to get involved with that, just as a community, as a labor of community service for us, non-judge mandated for that. SDFC won't use Abe's idea. It's too genius. I mean, you never know, but you heard it here first. Abe is really coming through today. 247.
Yeah,
Mark
Abe,
247
as Abe's episode.
As Abe's recoming in, rehatching in a sense.
Taking over.
I told you, first thing I told you is like, man, you look older today. Like something's
Well,
there's a pep in your step, Mr. Cepeda. And I'm okay with that. Like
yeah,
I like
too.
this. All right.
He's been hanging out with me, that's why.
Yeah, I did some adult stuff today. I got a smog check. I was driving around.
That's some adult shit.
That is some
That's some adult shit right there.
Did you go to Smog Express over in PB?
Went to PB European Imports and checked out some stuff. Maybe
Smog Express for your smog checks. Just letting you know.
Yeah. So Chrome Ball is still on the way. National City is still on there. Make sure to. I'm curious what they'll do there.
They still got National City, IB.
Yes.
A bunch still.
Yes. All right. So we're working to get a little bit more from Mikey Varas and Tyler Heaps as the weeks come by. We've reached out to the club and working on something there. Any transfer rumors? Tony, Aba, and Chiva.
Sergio Ramos is back on the tape. No, I'm just kidding.
So
you know what?
Yeah.
Sorry, you go ahead. You have some things for real. I could tell.
I'm controlling Tony right now. And like,
No, Messi to SD is not going to happen. And it's interesting.
especially now with the Club World Cup
Yeah,
coming.
no, it's a golden goose right there. They might just award the net. Messi comes over to STFC.
They switch
Gianni
it over.
Infantino's like,
Oh wait,
oh yeah, there's one more spot. Here you go,
expansion
STFC.
club.
Yay! Ronaldo comes into Inter Miami. Anyway,
Ronaldo can't play in the US.
the construction of the team is going to be very much focused on who they end up getting on the expansion draft, and really through that is going to dictate what other priorities to take care of. But for now, I can safely say, like, I mean, Chucky Lozano, that's the marquee, like, for sure. Like, if you're expecting a couple of other people about it, I mean, you guys don't seem excited about SDFC.
I think it's because we know so much about what's going on,
tranquilo, like, just
and I mean, just in general of how things go.
No,
That there should be more by now. That's
I
the thing.
think
There should be more players by now. There should be, I feel like, a lot more that the fans need to be aware of, and just in general, kind of like be more open on what's going on, and just in general with players. And I don't know, it's tricky, but I feel like there's a lot more that could be out there.
if the club, and I'm just speaking in general sense, if the club is happy with where the club is today, October, whatever the fuck, 2024, then sure. But if the supporters in general, if it's just STFC community is happy with where they're at, so be it. I'm nobody to really get in the way of that, and I would love to hear from people if there's things that they'd like to see from the club and STFC and the community as well. But I think, I personally think that it could be better on every front.
Yeah.
With the amount of stuff soccer wise that happens in San Diego FC, the community, the love, the support should already be in a better place, to where it's not even a question what's going to happen on that first home game on March 1st. Like, it's not even a question where, yeah, it's going to be full of supporters, but full of supporters, full of a section, a north end that's jam packed with chants, singing, and like, again, an aspect here that we can definitely kind of get into now, as well as the supporters that you're mentioning, Chiva, is that right now there is no official supporters union. There's no official supporters anything that is recognized by the club, as you're mentioning, Abe. Like, Miami is also kind of in a weird, funky place with that, and there's precedent, but I don't think these are conversations that should be happening like weeks. I'm not even gonna say months. Like, it's weeks before this needs to start hitting the ground running. That's not my conversation to have. There's supporters union for that. There's positions for that. I do believe that the season ticket pricing for supporters should be coming out soon. Like, that's just a reality. If not soon, then when? Like,
That's not already out yet. I thought that, like, they're selling plenty of season tickets around, like, the whole stadium. I would have thought that the supporters was already done.
you would have thought. You're absolutely right, Abe.
What do you mean? What do you mean when the clubs when you say the club doesn't recognize stuff?
So officially ratified in terms of that's a great question. That's the bond. So currently, the San Diego Independent Supporters Union is, I mean, should in theory be that an independent entity that works alongside San Diego FC and create a mutual partnership, right? Like, hey, you guys are awesome. You guys are the diehard supporters. We're going to go ahead and have a certain amount of seats reserved for you, potentially at a different pricing, a little bit more accessible pricing, because again, these are the rabid diehards. Every day you need these people, the lifeblood, jumping up and down, making the chants, really fighting in hopefully peaceful ways against the other supporter groups that are going to be coming in. I'm thinking of, again, LA Galaxy, LAFC, the 3252. Like, These are realities. You saw it at Snapdragon with America's supporters locally, and again, we brought them to the Sirens. Like, yeah, no, they were good. They were great out there. And so, is that going to be a situation that SDFC will find themselves in? Are they comfortable with that at this point? It's still a ticket sold, but in order to go ahead and be seen as a supporters union, the club has to say, yes, you're the one. Like, you are the supporters union that we officially recognize. Right now, there's a lot of like yes, like very cordial talk, but officially speaking, like literally black and white, a vote has to be taken, approval needs to happen. I believe ownership has to approve this this motion. Like, again, it's very, very board member. It's very transactional. Like, it's literally like a business meeting where this has to happen. While they can be friendly, they can say and support on social media and say, hey, Dago boys, hey, this person, hey, the supporters union. They can go ahead and do that. But as of right now, there is not an official recognized entity at all. However, the independent supporters union actually has been having on the agenda, on the calendar, several days in which a meeting is supposed to happen with ownership to be recognized. That has been moved, pushed, and just kind of moved along calendar-wise to this day. And again, let me check my handy dandy telephonic device. That meeting has not been had or has not been rescheduled officially. I would love to go ahead and get that, but this is one part of a bigger piece of this machine that's already running. It's too late. It's already going to go. It's going to happen with or without you. If that means that you're going to have a supporter section that's smaller than you thought, you're still going to sell those seats. Like that's what happens, right? If you have a capacity for 3,000 fans, but you only have 1,500 fans, well, the smart thing to do was say, hey, well, you only have this many people in your union. It doesn't make sense to just have those empty seats. We're going to open them up. Still going to be cheap for people. Go ahead and join. Unfortunately, I'm to a point where I don't care.
We'll see
The
what happens.
headaches that some people are going through and just hoops is very interesting. There's a disconnect in general. Again, going off of social media and just some of the interactions that I have with some of my soccer friends that are not MLS fans, but are looking forward to having a team. They're having Chucky Lozano. They just see Chucky Lozano. Oh, see about like 100%. Like, I want to see that. I want to be there. But there's going to be there's going to be a sold out stadium March 1st in Mission Valley. Period.
Yeah,
The following
that's gonna happen.
will be sold out as well. Period. Sustainability. Is this long term? We'll see what wave on the other side kind of goes through next year with a terrible season. And what that's going to mean in the stands. There's a lot of season ticket support, but being withdrawn for various reasons for San Diego Wave. But I mean, it's a crucial point in time for SDFC to really kind of get it going. And here's the thing, because the machine is going, it's going to be here incredibly soon, and it's already going to be like a pop-up house where it's like, oh, boom, it's already built. Like, oh, we're going to have players here. Boom, it's already built. Preseason going. Mikey Varas is going to go ahead and say, okay, this guy. They have this fighting spirit that I keep promising everybody about, and they're going to move forward and represent San Diego in the best way they can.
4 months, man.
That's incredibly quick.
4 months.
I don't know. But I hope that answered the question in a way, like with as much yet little detail as I can give. And again, this is we were privy to this information, and I really hope that it gets fixed up. Flow is trash. Like, the origins are,
some people are happy, some people are not too happy. And that's just what it's always going to be.
Do
That
you
is what you get with a soccer team.
think Tyler Heap's going to be right after sporting director? We'll see. Again, it's a very ambitious plan to have such a young maverick, just a data driven, especially in the world of soccer. But if it
He
if it
definitely
works,
knows his shit.
he knows his shit. He 100% does.
So it is going to be interesting to see what Tyler Heaps does for sure. But yeah, gentlemen, that's a lot of.
There was a
SDFC.
lot of us, and
I think
right before we go, actually,
Durant,
I got it.
Oh,
I
you
got it.
got
I
it,
got
you
it.
got it.
Because we do have just the bow tie this. One of the 6 players is actually a goalkeeper, former San Diego Loyal, former Orange County SC, current FC Norseland player, Duran Free, who does have his own segment on this show called Duran Watch.
It's Lucas, great save from Shuttler, the first test of the evening. Looking in Taylor's direction, heads him down. Curry is there. Big time save from his save now. Durant Curry, what a save.
Thing. I will definitely have to update that with more highlights because Duran Free did get some action over this weekend over with FC Norseland, and
It was the youth national
United,
team.
yeah, the under 19.
under 19. What am I talking about? Yes,
U.S. youth national team.
It's late.
Beating Sweden and Japan over in Spain. Got the start in both games, right? I believe.
Yes, he did.
So I mean, you have an MLS goalkeeper in the under 19. How could you not get the starts, right?
I mean, you'd hope, right? Like,
Yeah,
something's working.
Shout out to the referee, just making things happen. And, I mean, there's talented youth in San Diego and San Diego natives, kind of like Melanie Barcenas, just over in the under 17 World Cup. And I mean, the future is very bright when it comes to San Diego soccer and players that represent San Diego as well. So, I mean, big shout out to the referee.
That's our guy. All right. I'm trying to find, where was it? Oh, well.
I don't know what you're trying to find. We told you all at the beginning, it's a jam-packed show. And again,
It really was.
We do want to wrap this up with letting you all know again, for those of you who are just joining in, we do have our first wave of pre-orders for T-shirts now available on our website. You can definitely check it out at sandiego.futbol/cantina. Definitely check it out. Those contributions definitely help us out to keep the show running. You can check out the T-shirt there, available of sizes extra small to triple XL. Definitely check it out at sandiego.futbol/cantina.
Absolutely. It's going to help us out tremendously. People have been asking, and I really hope that people get out there. It's the first piece of merch that we have since those hats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those hats are rare. I saw one the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's a relic.
Yep.
This has been a fun episode. Abe, looking for your handy dandy notebook.
Look for my sticker. That counts as merch, right?
It sure does.
It sure does. Abe, you can find him at Abe_Cepeda.
You also get 10 extra entries to our SDFC home jersey giveaway.
He debuted with Craig Elston, Annie Nelson the other day.
Sure did. Great
Check
job,
it out.
Abe.
Absolutely killing it as far as
PBS. That was pretty cool too.
Yeah, we were in,
we were in the PBS midday.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. San Diego Punto Football is getting it done, man. And
San Diego's #1.
we do this for the love of the game, for the love of the city, for the love of the sport, for the love of anything. Let's go ahead and do
For
it.
the shirt. That'd be pretty cool.
I'll tape one on.
Yeah.
Everybody,
we'll do.
have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you for everyone that stuck the whole way through. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys.
Here we go.